Hi, everybody, and welcome to Spa Babies, presented by Spendthrift Farm. I'm Dan Illman, along with Nicole Russo, and let's throw up the field for Sunday's Spa Baby event. We kick off the 20-cent Empire 6 with race number 5. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the Mellon Turf Course, and Nicole, it's a full field of first-time starters. These are the kind of races we love.
Yeah, and especially these turf sprints can be such an interesting puzzle. When I looked at this race, I really saw a lot of horses that you're going to want to circle down the line when they get some more distance. A lot of them really struck me as distance types on paper. That being said, someone's going to have to win this race, so it's very interesting to kind of try to puzzle it out.
Our gracious sponsors at Spendthrift Farm, represented by the 15, Cease and Desist is on the main track only list. She is by Into Mischief. The 7, Perfection, is by Malibu Moon. Let's take this field in program number order, beginning with the number 1, Gambling Cat. This filly is by Kitten's Joy. That is turf. This filly is a full sister to Band, a multiple Grade 2 stakes winner on the turf. I just wonder if maybe this filly might want a little bit more distance than the 5.5 furlongs on Sunday.
She very much strikes me as one of the ones who's going to thrive with more distance later on. That being said, she did turn in a pretty quick, a nice 2 furlong breeze at the June 2-year-old sale on what's probably not her preferred surface. So she's clearly got some turn of foot in there. And Mike Maker has had a really good meet, especially with these turf runners. I think this is one you should watch the board on, and maybe you'll get a chance on a nice price here.
The number 2 is Conundrum Queen, drawn to the inside, a daughter of Hard Spun that also worked 2 furlongs at a 2-year-old in training auction. Hard Spun, solid, 9% juvenile debut winners, 9% first turf winners. Again, we do see a lot of distance pedigree on the bottom.
Yeah, definitely. I think Hard Spun over a Smart Strike mare, definitely a turf pedigree, but then a lot of route ability, especially on the bottom half of that pedigree. This one definitely strikes me as one who's going to want to go a bit longer.
Number 3 is Cashmere Queen. This is a daughter of Palace Malice. And as we see on the pedigree card, there's a lot of dirt ability here. Cashmere Queen is a half to a couple of quality dirt performers, including the speedy Pashito the Che. I wouldn't be surprised if she has speed. The question is, will Palace Malice impart enough turf ability to sort of offset the dirt in the female family?
I think certainly he should. We saw last year with his very good turf runners led by Structor. He had another graded performing turf filly last year. Just that whole Curlin Smart Strike sire line that he's from is so versatile. As you said, the female family imparts some speed. Tom Morley just likes to take a little bit of time with his horses. He's a very patient guy.
The number 4 is Mun Love, and Mun Love's trainer Ray Handel is having a breakout Saratoga season. Mun Love, a $110,000 yearling purchase by the excellent stallion Munnings. The dam had some class. She was Grade 2 stakes placed routing on dirt. The second dam, a multiple stakes winning dirt sprinter. But Munnings can get you a nice turf horse. I'm really fascinated by the mixture of speed, stamina, turf, and dirt in this pedigree.
Oh, definitely. And as opposed to some of the others in here where I really think they're bred to go long, I think Munnings really imparts some speed into this pedigree. We typically think more of his dirt horses. He's got a couple in the Kentucky Oaks coming up next week, but he really is an outstanding turf sire. And you mentioned it right at the top here. Ray Handel really having an outstanding meet. Could strike at a price again.
The number 5 is Red Ghost, and Wesley Ward always seems to have a fantastic meet. He's just a high percentage trainer, whether it's Keeneland, Saratoga, Royal Ascot, or anywhere in the world. And Red Ghost, a first-time starter, that's Wesley's forte. Look at this dam. She's been so productive. She's thrown 5 black-type earners. The sire Ghost Sapper is as rock solid as they come. It's a Wesley Ward firster. You have to think she's going to come out running.
Oh, definitely. Wesley Ward in a turf sprint with a 2-year-old. That's really one of his fortes. And Ghost Sapper, he's another one that we think of him as a dirt type sire, but he can sire like some very outstanding turf horses. He's had a lot of success up in Canada on synthetic and on turf. He's had runners like Better Lucky. And yeah, what can you say about this female family? A lot to like here about Red Ghost, who is a short price on our colleague David Aragona's morning line.
As well as the formulator fact is another thing to like. Past 5 years, juvenile debut runners in Saratoga maiden special turf sprints. Wesley connects at 25% and a positive return on investment. Not to be outdone is the great Todd Pletcher. He's up next with the 6, Blue Kentucky Girl. This one's by Carpe Diem, a $120,000 yearling buyback. So much turf and class on the bottom of this pedigree. The Dam, a multiple stakes winner on the surface. She a half-sister to Isabella Sings, a grade 2 stakes winner on turf. But what do you think of the Carpe Diems on turf? Do you think they will be as effective on that surface as they've been on dirt?
Like some of the Sons of Giants Causeway, I think Carpe Diem should be able to go either way. He was a good 2-year-old himself. That being said, it's interesting that some of his runners seem to take a start or two to get going. I think the statistic we've got there is 6% with his 2-year-old first-time starters. Just really an outstanding turf family underneath this one. Todd Pletcher knows how to place them, but I do wonder a little bit, my backseat training, if this is another one who's going to want to go longer.
Here is a Todd Pletcher formulator fact, however. Over the past 4 years, juvenile debut runners, maiden special weight turf sprints at Saratoga, 36% winners and a $3.78 return on investment. Let's go to the Spendthrift sired runner, the number 7, Perfection by stalwart stallion Malibu Moon, an $80,000 March 2-year-old in training purchase. She a full sister to the grade 3 stakes winning dirt router Donegal Moon, but there's also a lot of turf on the bottom of this pedigree, possibly perfect. The second Dam was a super horse on the turf. Malibu Moon can add a little bit of speed, but she might be one of these horses that will improve with some distance down the road.
I think so as well. And one point that I do want to make about this horse is, I'm not concerned at all about her sale history. You see that she was a buyback as a weanling, sold for $100,000 as a yearling, and that was an $80,000 2-year-old this year. The weanling market can be really tricky to pinpoint a nice horse. I'm kind of never worried when a horse is a buyback as a weanling, just because there are so many different stages of development. They might just not have hit at sale time, sold for a respectable price as a yearling, then sold down as a 2-year-old. I've mentioned earlier this season on Spa Babies, I'm really not worried this year about horses who did sell down as 2-year-olds, as they were really caught in the middle of the pandemic upending the juvenile market. It was really a polarized, tough market. So no, I'm not concerned about horses that have sold down as 2-year-olds.
A sleeper, perhaps waiting in the wings for trainer John Kimmel, is up next. The 8 Magical Soul is one of 2 in here by the excellent stallion More Than Ready, a $80,000 June 2-year-old in training. She breezed in 21 and 4, and there's some speed here. She's a half-sister to Miss Injustice, who is precocious, a juvenile stakes-placed dirt sprinter. The Dam, a full sister to Perfect Soul, who was a grade 1 stakes winner on the turf. So there's a really nice mixture here of turf and speed. Luis Saez takes the mount. He can be very aggressive in these turf sprints. Maybe Magical Soul will show some speed. Check out those clock reports, drf.com/spa.
Yeah, and I do like More Than Ready on top here to balance out what is a more maybe distance-oriented and later developing female family a little bit further back. It's a really nice blend of 2-year-old and turf and speed ability on top, and then some class on the bottom.
Let's move on to another More Than Ready filly. That's the number 9, So Enchanting, a $275,000 yearling purchase. The Dam was a grade 3 stakes-placed router on synthetic. She's perhaps best known as being a half-sister to Noble Bird, who was really good taking his speed and able to take it long on the dirt. And that makes me wonder if maybe this filly might want a little bit distance down the road. But that being said, More Than Ready can get a quick one, and Chad Brown can train a quick one.
Yeah, I think like we just said about Magical Soul, I think it's the same case for So Enchanting. I think you have a female family with a lot of class, a lot of stamina, a tendency to develop later. Noble Bird was certainly at his best as an older horse. And then you put More Than Ready on top, and that really injects, I think, some precocity, some speed into the family. It's the same type of blend.
And here's the formulator fact for Chad. And if it's a formulator fact for Chad, it has to be good. 33% winners, a $3.19 ROI with 2-year-old debut runners in Saratoga maiden special turf sprints. Completing the body of this field, we do have 4 horses on the also eligible list, as well as the aforementioned cease and desist entered main track only, is Evie Jets. And Evie Jets is one of my favorite under-the-radar stallions, Twirling Candy. May not get as much press as some of the bigger names out there in the breeding sheds, but this one gets 21% 2-year-old first-time starters and sires racehorses. Evie Jets' half-sister Forever Mo was multiple stakes placed on turf. The dam is a half to 4 black-type earners. This has been a productive family. Evie Jets draws an outside post. Going to have to work out a trip for Tony Dutrow.
Well, and you used the word I want to use about her sire. Twirling Candy is just a sire of race horses, and his horses really fit in spots like this. He can really inject, he's a versatile sire, but he can really inject some speed, as we see with his horses like Finley's Lucky Charm. He's also an outstanding turf sprint sire, as we see with the likes of Morticia and others. He's just a versatile, outstanding, and as you said, under the radar sire.
Let's take a look at our top selections for a wide open edition of Sunday Spa Babies. You're going with Gambling Cat. Listen, she's by Kitten's Joy, turf champion. She's trained by Michael Maker. And I think best of all, Nicole, you're going to get a price in this race because you know Wesley and Chad's horses are taking money.
Well, absolutely, and with good reason. And I wouldn't be surprised to see either one of them jump up. That being said, as we said at the top of the show, I think it's a wide open race. I think a lot of these are going to want to go longer. Gambling Cat is one of those, but if most of them want to go longer, somebody's still going to have to step up and win this race. So I will take a bit of a swing with Gambling Cat as at a price. Because of owner intent, you know, Mike Rapoli would love to win a few more here because the trainer's been so good this meet, Mike Maker, and just, you know, sort of a rock solid, outstanding turf pedigree with a lot of class in it. I think you should watch the board, but I do think that this horse is going to offer some value.
I am concerned that So Enchanting will be one of those horses that might want a bit more distance down the road, but she's by More Than Ready, and when in doubt, in Chad I trust. I think this outside post position gives her an opportunity to grab some early position. I'm going to go 9, 8, 5, and 1 with the 8 kind of my sleeper price horse. You're going 1, 5, 9, 6. It's the Sunday Spa Baby Race, and our coverage is presented as always by our good friends at Spendthrift Farm.